Greetings, friends! Today, we are headed to the west side of the island to visit my mother's hometown, San Sebastian. Let's break our routine and go on a trip. I invite you to come and enjoy the trip with us towards the west side of the island. In 1752, the town of Pepino was founded, located between the mountains and surrounded by the Culebina and Guatemala rivers. In 1812, the first constitutional city council was founded by virtue of the Constitution of the Cortes of Caday and the first mayor Don Jose Gonzalez. The goal here is to visit my mother's town where she grew up, my ancestors. My great-grandparents emigrated from Italy in the early 1800s to San Sebastian. A Novija is a heifer, and it is the main focus of this popular celebration held in my town of San Sebastian. Hundreds of Corsicans with their families arrived in Puerto Rico around the 1800s. And they grew in numbers until the early 20th century, when this migration from Corsica ended. They settled in the mountainous area of the southwest part of Puerto Rico. But I understand that my great-grandparents were from Genoa, Italy. This is the house that my grandparents built. My grandfather was the first generation of Italian born in Puerto Rico, and my mother was the first generation of Italian Puerto Rican born in Puerto Rico. I am the fourth generation of the Traverso family. Currently, it is estimated that almost 500,000 Puerto Ricans have Italian descent, although almost all have forgotten the Corsican dialect of our ancestors, including myself. By the way, Corsican is the Italian language. As in any other place, it happens in El Pepino too. People who were born and raised here, but their understanding of the Pepinian culture has not been so binding as to compromise them. However, there are other Pepinians who, after immigrating, come and go or return to El Pepino. Something draws them to their place of origin. Others who live somewhere in Puerto Rico, near or far, do not lose contact with their land, so they come and go frequently. They are the eternal present absent. Although I do not live in the town of Pepino, my heart is always in it. In 1759, the first temple was built. As part of the tradition taught from Spain, the saint who was named from the beginning as a patron for the town was San Sebastian Martyr, and Don Jose Feliciano was the first parish priest of the town. San Sebastian del Pepino is known as a producer of the most varied fruits harvestable in Puerto Rico, the most diverse variety of flora and fauna, the purest trade in that part of the region, and the great human quality of its inhabitants that traditionally enshrines urban development, achieved in recent years, since there is everything and for everyone in a very dynamic environment. In the northwest part of Puerto Rico, There is a plain that is appreciated for being the cradle of one of the oldest trades, the making of hammocks and baskets of lianas. But it is also a center of history and culture. The Novija Festival, a massive parade of floats and tropes. They recreate the Puerto Rico of yesterday and today. The protagonist of the event is a cow, adorned with flowers and painted nails. The parade, organized by the Ultrusa Club of San Sebastian, begins at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and crosses part of Highway 111 in the trailer, and it's held the third weekend of January. Subscribe and share the video. Okay, folks, we arrived at my cousin's house. Hi, folks. We're on our way home. We finished visiting my cousin. It was good to see her. We ate over there. It's 4 o'clock and we're on our way home now. Okay, folks, this is it for now. I hope you enjoy this adventure, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.